My name is Denise Williams, your host of Breaking Barriers with Love. And we are dedicated to shining the spotlight on the social economy, charitable organizations, special needs organizations. We're really looking at the community workers, the persons who pour their time, talent, treasure into the sector that supports the community. We want the spotlight on our brothers keepers, yeah? And this program opens the doors on people, purpose, process, performance. Because the social sector, the charitable sector, doesn't just exist as someone's whim. There are people who are doing the work. There is a purpose behind the organizations that are formed. There is a process to help communities, to help individuals, and of course, the performance. And that's what donors care about, because donations and social economies require reoccurring funding, reoccurring income. And if there is no performance, if they're not seeing the community lifted, then of course people don't donate and don't support. So that's why performance is something we look at in this program. And we say it over and over again, but the special needs community, the social sector, persons who volunteer, when you put it all together, that's about 10% of any economy. And so I want you to get out your pen and paper, get out your digital device, yeah, and take notes on how you're going to help a very, very, very special project. And here to tell us why you need to write down why you should support is Mr. Byron Buckley. The project is Love Changes Lives. Now, Mr. Buckley, welcome to the program.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks.
Yeah? So let me just give a little background. So officially known as Stop the Violence, Love Changes Lives program, it is administered under the Praise Jamaica Foundation, and it seeks to increase the knowledge, the skills, the confidence of children in Jamaica. Should I say it over and over again, that our children are our future? Oh my goodness, it's like, that's like a cliche, right? But it's true.
It is true.
Yeah. So the Stop the Violence, Love Changes Life program is a faith-based initiative with the purpose of transforming the lives of primary and secondary school children by addressing values and attitudes which inform thoughts and behavior. Now, Love Changes Lives, the project that we would really like you to donate to and adopt as your own, proposes pro-social behavior as a solution to the problem of antisocial behavior disrupting school. So let's run down the list of behaviors that we don't want, yeah? And that your donations will help in the mentorship to shift. So we're talking about bullying, fighting, verbal and physical attacks, theft, extortion, rape, drugs, disorderly conduct, vandalism, robbery, among numerous other interrupting activities of children's education. That's a lot, Mr. Buckley. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Tell me about Love Changes Lives and this laundry list of antisocial behavior.
Yeah. Well, let me say firstly that Love Changes Life is the successor program to what we had before called Spring Praise Jamaica.
Okay.
And Spring Praise Jamaica, we had it going in about 8 schools where we were able to work along with the guidance counseling sections, and our program became co-curriculum, and so it impacted lives and so on. In recent times, what we have done to the program is to connect it to this rising violence. And so our tagline is Stop the Violence, Love Changes Life. And that program is sponsored by the Jamaica Stock Exchange. first as an organization, suppose it's part of their CSR project, but then they've also listed us now on the Social Stock Exchange, and this is why we are here asking our potential donor community to fund the program. What's the program about? Right now we have 2 pilot schools, Donald Quarry High and Haile Selassie. And in those 2 schools, we are working with the Deans of Discipline and the Guidance Counseling team to impact the lives of the students using arts.
Okay.
Using art, that's a tool.
Yes.
The tool is expressive arts, whether it's writing, drawing, performing arts, all of that. Those are used as a way, I don't know if it's a way of expression probably, but certainly that's the methodology we have used to get the kids to work out the challenges that you mentioned.
Yes.
Whether it is about violence management, whether it's about not doing bullying.
Yes.
Whether it's about how we call it conflict resolution. All of those things are they're worked out in the curriculum because they practice it, but we're also using the art forms to reinforce the lessons. And that's going very well. The guidance counselors, the staff speak very well about the program and they welcome it. As for the students, I have testimonies from both schools where students say, sir, this program has helped me to stop fighting.
Yes.
Or to think before I act. So you see that it is having an impact on the youngsters. And we're happy
Awesome.
about it.
And you see, this impact is actually an investment.
It is.
Yeah, because what we look at, it says here, you know, the research shows that violence can really shorten lifespans, and that maybe is something obvious, but we need to look at it because it's not just lifespans, you know. I think it also interrupts the quality of life.
The quality of life is important.
Right.
And let me just say, Denise, that in this case, there are statistics that shows that there are over 400 gangs in Jamaica. 400? Now, these gangs do their recruiting amongst youngsters, particularly school dropouts.
Right.
And there is a significant dropout rate around about grade 9. And we don't know.
So why? Do we know why?
That's a different research and discussion that needs to happen for that from the education sector.
Yes.
But it happens. And they then become a pool for gangsters to recruit
right,
from.
a feeding trough.
We are saying if you a preemptive program like ours, Love Changing Life, gets in there and start saying to these youngsters, you don't have to go that way, here's a better way to go. And so that's why it is so critically important. It's so critically important to get this program and similar ones going so we can interrupt the recruitment of the underworld.
You know, so let's look at some ways of looking at, because if someone says, you know, I want to donate but I'm not sure, we want to look at ways of thinking about the value when you donate. So there's the direct cost of not preventing violence. So what is the cost of leaving everything alone? Well, it's immediate that 1 year in prison equals $1 million Jamaican dollars. So that's a dollar value right there. What kind of donations are you looking for? You looking for $1 million from everybody?
We don't need that. Actually.
Okay.
If you decide that you want to make a donation and you relate to the stock exchange, you can agree on and make the regular donations. You can make donations to us directly too. But right now we're promoting it through the stock exchange. And we feel that it is best, in fact, to ensure transparency and accountability. It perhaps is the best thing to give the funding to the social stock exchange. They in turn will then lend the money, grant the money to us. So what we're saying is that through the social stock exchange, they can impact this project, which is Love Changes Lives. Now, the cost of doing nothing, we know already, is at least $1 million per person in jail. But there's also indirect costs of doing nothing. And the indirect cost may be, what's the cost of you not feeling safe? That's a big cost. Not to mention the impact, the negative impact on business, our business opportunity or potential. Because people are worrying about the violence.
And we talk about another value of the program, savings due to prevention. So even think about it. A lot of the teachers are migrating because the children are out of hand and they, you know, there's just so much stress. A program like Love Changes Lives goes into the schools, uses various therapeutic interventions. What are the teachers saying?
The teachers are head over heels for this program, not to mention the administrators. Everybody says this is a good program.
Yes.
And they want it in the schools.
Yes.
What the schools themselves need is the financial support to say to us, okay, come and do X hours with our students and so on. So even that, you know, even if you have, for example, alumni associations, PTA and so on, they could say to their school, we want Love Change Life program in the school.
Yes.
And they can make the contribution or donation directly to the school, so the schools can say to us, come.
Okay.
So there's all kind of ways for it.
Well, I mean, you just talked, you know, so the another value is partnerships and multi-sector collaboration, because I mentioned the education sector, keeping teachers here because you've made the classroom less stressful.
Yes. And should I also say that one of the things we have done is that we have twinned the parenting part to the program. So we have sessions with the parents, focus group, and we talk them through, because there is the home side of the thing, right? When the kids go home. So the parents themselves have an understanding of what is that we're trying to do with their kids, and they are also supportive of the program. The National Parenting Association is a partner with us with this program. And so I want to say it again, feel free to either through the PTA, the Alumni Association, whatever it is, say to your school administrators, we want Love Change Life program to be in the school.
Yes.
So here's some funding for it, and we can get going. There's another interesting side here I must tell you.
Sure.
See, we're talking finance too. One of the things that we teach is literacy, financial literacy. So we have one of our directors develop a curriculum, and so in the schools they are teaching them about financial literacy. How do you go about budgeting from that age? How do you go about saving and investing? Why? Because we're trying to empower them.
Yes.
So they don't have to go into scamming or chopping. They know how to go about to save and invest money. So we're teaching them also as part of the program of Love Changes Life.
And of course, this means the next value point, a good solution solves multiple problems. So just give us back the run through of the multiple problems your program is solving.
Solving a lot of programs, a lot of issues. So certainly interpersonal violence, we're solving that. I like to hear when the kids say to me, sir, I'm not fighting anymore, you know, it's like that, you know, and I'm not bullying anybody, and I'm controlling my temper now. Those used to cause serious problems. And they're saying to us, they're not involved in that. You also see them excelling in other areas. Students who are on the program, you see them excelling in other areas in school, right? Leaders, they're performing in the band and so on. So it is doing something to help to change their behavior. Also, parent-child relations, where you used to have poor relations, you're seeing that better result. No, they are relating better to their parents because there were some authority issues there. That's being addressed. We're not saying anything happens overnight, but we work at it. We have a social worker attached to both schools, and we'd love to expand this to other schools. So we need the resources to get more field workers and so on.
Yes. Now, why do you say prevention works? Look down the road, 10 years from now, with the batch of students that are in the Love Changes Life project. They're getting support. The parents are involved. The teachers are involved. In 10 years, how would you say prevention works?
It actually works, because let me tell you what the program does. We are monitoring the students in the high schools. We are monitoring them from about grade 3rd form up towards higher school. So we're actually monitoring them when we can track the changes.
Yes.
And so we
So there's
know
a document. So if I donate, I can actually get access to the document.
there's a document. We do focus group studies, and we are tracking the thing, and we know what's happening. First of all, our formative study tells us how bad the situation is. We heard it been bandied about. We never knew till we went in to do the first base.
And when you say formative study, what is that?
The base, when you go into school for the first time, we'll do a study on the group, right? A select students. And we discovered that, just as everybody was discovering, that something seemed to have happened in COVID.
Okay.
During COVID.
What do you think happened?
Not certain, but the behavior on the kids were just negative. And so we had that data, and so we're able now to work with the school along with them to pull them through these issues, and we see the changes empirically. So we can show that.
Right.
All right. And one of the things we'd love to do, having done this now with these two schools for almost 2 years,
Right.
we'd love to have. I'm appealing for this. We'd love to put on maybe 3 regional workshops with guidance courses and these are discipline, to share this finding with them and how they can go about amending their school with this information. But we need a donor, a sponsor right now to say, well, come Love Change Life.
Yes.
You can put on these workshops across the region, pull in other school administrators and guidance counselors, and let's look at how we've been solving the problem and what's the takeaway from these 2 schools.
Another thing I want to discuss is how prevention reduces suffering and saves lives. And I like the word suffering is very big and vague, but in the context of students, in the context of them having no idea of the future and Love Changes Lives coming in and working with the teachers, working with the guidance counselors, the deans of discipline, the students, the parents, how are you ending suffering, especially needless sufferation?
Yeah. But remember, our program is about changing behavior and moral and thinking. There's another side of it that needs a lot of help, perhaps by another NGO, where there are actually people who lack financial support and so on, and food and so on. In our case, we are working on the mind and the behavior first.
Yes.
Because if we can change that, then we prevent the negative things from happening.
Right.
So that we know is happening, but there's lots of other work to do. We would not object if we were empowered in terms of resources. That when you go into a school, in addition to the teaching and the arts and so on, we can say, here is some goods towards so on, so on. So we're not there yet. That's not part of our mandate.
Right, but it's mindset. So how are you guys working to say the suffering in the students in their mindset? What have you guys seen?
As I say, we have seen a lot of change. We have testimonials from students, from their parents, from the guidance counselors. Because the guidance counselors know the ones who are challenged.
Right.
And so they will see the change in their behavior. And they themselves end up being ambassadors because they don't tell other people about the program.
Right.
The part that we would like to get some more support with is if we could get more musical instruments into some of these schools, the ones we're targeting, it would help the kids because that's how they express themselves.
Right.
The first time we had this program in the first format, when it was Spring Praise, we had a school concert, and there were at least 3 schools that came because they had a school band. It was JC, Pembroke Hall, and another one. One school came because they had their home economics division was in fashion, and they came and do a fashion show. What I'm saying is that for some reason the arts assist these students in expressing themselves and earning self-confidence.
Right.
A lot of time the issues about like a poor self-confidence, you know.
Yeah.
And once they're able to express that, we find a significant change in their personality. And you know we're strong on the arts already. So if they get the opportunity, they perform.
Now, in this program, we are looking at people, purpose, process, performance. And so let's just run down what Mr. Buckley has shared with us. In terms of the people, Love Changes Lives is really on youth. And if you are passionate about supporting the youth, this is the project for you to make a donation to. Purpose, the purpose mindset and behavior. And so again, is this something you're observing in your community that there may be a little behavior that you're not pleased with, we'll support the professionals and the process. Deans of discipline, guidance counseling, parents, teachers, students, the process involves a holistic look. Yes?
Can I add one more P to it?
Of course.
Partner. For example, Edna Man College
Yes.
has been one of our partners from day one.
Yes.
So they are the ones who end up producing some of the persons to do the training in the arts and so on.
Right.
And to assist us with the curriculum. So
Yes.
they are very good. Jamaica Theological Seminary, pretty early, they are the ones who provide us with social workers.
Yes.
As mentors with the students.
Yes.
And we're willing to sign partner agreement with other institutions who have the
Right.
professionals
Yes.
that can help us.
Yes.
That's one way you can become a volunteer. And you can say, listen, man, I'm a professional, or my organization is, so we're going to come and give you 2 hours per week at the school and so on. So we want partners too.
Okay. And then the last P, because remember we just said partnership, performance.
Yes.
The Jamaica Social Stock Exchange allows donors to go on the website
Yes.
and see the reports coming out of Love Changes Lives. So you're not giving money in a vacuum. The money's being tracked, how it's spent, the community impact. You are getting that. And I think that's one of the most innovative ways of supporting the charitable sector in Jamaica. And so if there was anything you'd like people to take away from this program, Mr. Buckley, what would that be?
Love changes life.
Yeah.
But there was a politician who said some time ago, it takes cash to care.
Yes.
And it takes cash to care. So
Yes.
we're going to invite you to make the donations. And as we will, in fact, if we know who you are, we can put you on our mailing list and we can send you from Love Changes Life a newsletter telling you what's happening and so on. But please go ahead, make donations to the stock exchange and say it's for love. Changes life. Stop the violence. Love changes life.
All right. Well, my name is Denise Williams, your host on Breaking Barriers with Love. I hope this inspired you to take action and reach out to support our youth. I will see you in the next conversation. Thank you, Mr. Buckley, for being with us.
It was my pleasure.